So let's just jump right in. If you're learning to code right now, you know that AI tools are, well, they're everywhere. And look, they can be amazing, but there's a huge catch, right? How do you actually use them to learn, to really think like a developer, and not just turn into a glorified copy and paste machine? That's the tightrope we're going to walk today. Here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll tackle the big problem, what I'm calling the AI learning paradox. Then, we'll lay down some non-negotiable core principles. After that, we get practical with active learning techniques using AI. And finally, we'll map it all out with a clear project roadmap. All right, first up, let's talk about this central conflict, this paradox that you're facing every single day when you sit down to learn to code with AI. This, right here, is the question you have got to ask yourself every single time you open a new chat window. Is this tool my tutor, here to guide me and help me learn? Or is it my ghostwriter, just doing the thinking for me? Honestly, the answer to that question will decide whether you become a real developer or just someone who's good at prompting. And this is the real danger. Think about it. True, deep learning, it happens when your brain has to wrestle with something. It's in that moment of, I don't get this, that you're actually building the mental muscles. AI tools are literally designed to smooth over that friction, to give you the answer right away. And in doing that, they can rob you of the most critical part of the whole process. You get a solution, sure, but you don't build the skill. So, how do we get around that trap? It all starts with the right mindset. Before we even think about what prompts to use, we need to get our heads straight with some core principles for how we approach building things and learning at the same time. And check out this philosophy. It's a cycle, not just a list. You build a full slice of something, front end and back end, even if it's tiny. Then you get it out there, you deploy it. This forces you to see how the whole system connects. The point isn't perfection. It's getting one thing fully, completely done. That momentum is everything. But out of all those principles, there is one golden rule that's more important than anything else. And it has nothing to do with code or syntax or frameworks. It's all about how you use your brain before you ever ask for help. And here it is. It's simple. The 20-minute rule. Before you even think about asking an AI for help, you set a timer. 20 minutes, maybe 30. And for that time, it's just you and the problem. You can search documentation, you can try things, you can fail, but the AI is completely off limits. And this is exactly why that timer is so crucial. That struggle isn't wasted time, it's the workout. It's like going to the gym for your brain. You're building the neural pathways you need to become a real problem solver. Just watching someone else lift the weights or observing a solution doesn't build any muscle at all. Okay, so the timer goes off, you've put in the reps, you've struggled. Now what? How do you bring AI into the picture in a way that actually helps you learn instead of just giving you the answer? Let's get into the toolkit. First up, use analogies. Never just accept a new technical term. Force the AI or yourself to connect it to something you already get. For instance, an API route is like ordering at a restaurant. A request comes in from a customer, the kitchen, the backend, does some work, and a response, your food, goes back out. Boom, suddenly an abstract idea feels real and sticks in your head. Next is generation. This is all about forcing yourself to reprocess the information and make it your own. Don't just copy AI-generated code. Write comments explaining what you think it does before you even run it. Talk it out loud to yourself. Yeah, it feels weird, but it works. And most importantly, always rewrite the code. Put it in your own style. That act of translation is where the magic happens. This slide just nails the difference. The ghostwriter approach is passive. You ask for a whole system, you copy the code, you take the first thing it gives you. The teacher approach, though, that's active. You're in charge. You ask, why does this work? You break problems down into tiny pieces yourself. You ask for 3 different ways to solve it so you can see the trade-offs. You're driving the conversation. And you can build this right into your routine. Here are some great habits. After the AI gives you a solution, close the tab and try to write it again from memory. Make a rule that for every 2 features you build with AI help, you build 1 completely on your own. And please, always try to debug your code yourself first. The debugger is one of the best teachers you will ever have. Okay, so we've got the mindset and we've got the tools. Now, how do we actually put this all together in a real project to get the most learning out of it? Here's a super effective 3-phase plan. First, build a simple CRUD app. That just means something that can create, read, update, and delete data, like a basic to-do list or a blog. Once you've got that down, start layering on more complex things, like user accounts or uploading files. And then the final step, and this is huge for your growth, rebuild a similar app, but with a totally different technology. This forces your brain to see the core programming patterns, not just the specific syntax you learned the first time. And look, to keep yourself on track, here's a daily checklist. At the end of every single coding session, just quickly ask yourself these questions. This isn't about making you feel guilty. It's about consciously building the right habits. If you can say yes to these most days, I promise you are on the perfect path to becoming a rock-solid, self-sufficient developer. So if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. Learning to code is an active sport. It's not something you can do from the sidelines. You can't just watch tutorials and expect to get good. You have to be on the field, getting your hands dirty, struggling, and actually building things. And every time you open that AI chat window, I want you to remember your real goal. You're not there to train the AI to code for you. You are there to train yourself to think like a developer. The AI is the tool, you are the project. And that simple shift in perspective, well, that's everything. That's what separates someone who can just prompt from someone who can actually build.